EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novello. We are located in spectacular Alberta, Canada, in the Canadian Rockies, getting ready to kick off the round here at Banff Springs Golf Course.
The course today, it will play as a par 71, a little under 7,000 yards in total length, designed by the architect Stanley Thompson all the way back in 1928. The original 18-hole course was later complemented by the construction of an adjoining 9 holes, which was designed by Cornish and Robinson. That opened in 1989, thereby completing this marvelous championship.
Let's take it down to the tee. We're excited to call the action today out on the course for you. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Settles in over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, how about the par 3 second hole?
The first of 5 par 3s the players will play today, Rich. This one's surrounded by bunkers, but certainly one of the shorter par 3s. So with a good tee shot here, you can imagine you could easily get a putt inside 10 to 15 feet for birdie.
I like the looks of this one. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, as we get to the third hole here at par 5, it feels to me like you need to be at a minimum 1 under through the first 3 holes or you're losing ground to the field.
You're exactly right. Chance here for birdie or eagle, too. This is one of those holes you can just wind it up and let it fly, and you'll certainly get a good reward with a big tee shot.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards. Hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Good swing, good shot yet again. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So this is the third shot to the par 5. Has to feel good at 3 under par in the early going. Well, look at this hole, Frank. A par 3, 192 yards. It is beautiful.
It's called Devil's Cauldron, but with that lake, I think that should cool you down, not heat you up. Just keep an eye on that drop of elevation. For every 10 yards, you should reduce it by a club. So it's going to play some 50, 60 feet downhill.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tapping.
How about that? 4 under par. Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
That one is deep. Every bit of that ball. Set now for the second shot. Par 4, 5th.
Just be aware of where the flag is. If it's cut in that front section, you definitely want to carry the front of the green. Hole is a little more difficult when they start to push that flag in the back left. You can see it narrow up there.
Oh, what an incredible shot. Now at the 6th hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy, and oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Gave that the full treatment. Get up. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. 602-yard par 5, 7th hole. Frank, I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here so far he had an iron in.
Boy, this one has a chance to be really good. Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Down, lay down. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Just a couple of feet. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count. And that is 9 under for the day. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. You just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
He has a birdie opportunity here. Now to double figures under par. That's a good place to be. 10 under. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Oh, my goodness. He pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
And his third here at the par 5. Oh, man.
He just pushed it.
Oh, that hurts. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, see if he can get the hat trick here.
Oh, things are looking so good. Strokes good, swings good. Let's see if it goes in.
Wow, I thought he made that.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
That's in the fairway. Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Safely aboard. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Pretty good shot right there. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Knocking down all the shots today. Now at 13 under. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you're going to have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
I like the looks of this one. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. Second shot.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn. Plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player when he's dialed in, swinging the way.
If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Well, now the par 4s begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help. Go a little further. Does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Frank, what about this second shot here at 15?
It's one of the longest par 4s on the golf course, Rich, so you don't want to get too greedy. Green does open up on that left side. You can see that bunker on the front of the green. It sort of protects that right side. So you've got to try and bring it in. One of the few shots you could actually cut it into this green. This golf course normally suits a draw, but this hole here you could do well with one that goes in the other direction.
Getting set now over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. And it'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He can't be that good.
Beautifully done. Nice birdie. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round, par 5 18th. What are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, you know, it really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, it's a big green. Good chance coming up ahead here for an eagle, at least a birdie.
Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Cleans that up in the hole. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, it's wonderful to be here in the Canadian Rockies with these great views, and we're reminded, too, of the rich history Canada has in the sport of golf.
It certainly does, Rich. It's part of the British Commonwealth. They love the game. They obviously adopted it from Scotland, but their golfing season a little shorter. So when they get a chance to get those clubs out, they certainly make the most of it.
We start off here at the first with a par 4, 414 yards. Frank, what's the key to playing this hole?
You could hit driver or 3-wood down there. Their only real concern, that bunker a long way down the left side. 3-wood would never reach that. And just a short iron in to a relatively flat green. I'm loving that balance.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. One under early in the round. So, Frank, a par 4 to open, and we back it up with a relatively short par 3.
This green's surrounded by 6 bunkers. Green also shaped slightly towards the player's left, so just keep your eye on that depending on where the flag is.
And this is looking really good. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Now 2 to the good side. Frank, how about the first par 5 of the golf course here at the third? Just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
He's hit it very close, and he will have that, Frank, for an eagle.
It's amazing how quickly the round changes. He'll quickly pick up 2 shots on the field.
And puts them at 4 under for the round. Well, look at this hole, Frank. A par 3, 192 yards. It is beautiful.
It's called Devil's Cauldron, but with that lake, I think that should cool you down, not heat you up. Just keep an eye on that drop of elevation. For every 10 yards, you should reduce it by a club. So it's going to play some 50, 60 feet downhill.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So close. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
So a tester from 4 feet. 4 under on the day. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the 3rd bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here. Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
Hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that hole location. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That will be a great look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Frank, the 6th here at Banff Springs, a good little hole, isn't it?
It is very tempting, very easy to sort of just stand up there and wail away with the driver and get caught. This is a generous fairway. You could hit any club down there and you're not going to have a problem with the second shot. So it's just trying to find a yardage that you're comfortable with.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Birdie try up next. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, well, you might avoid the bad luck.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Always like to watch the second shots, Frank, in high-level golf like this to a par 5, and here we are at the 7th.
You get rewarded with distance off the tee for a start. This is a huge green from front to back, rather narrow from side to side, but you're right, nice towering second shot. It's certainly going to be well received into this green.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. And that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Has it. That's birdie. So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
Frank just continuing to make the game look easy.
This just shortens the whole golf course up when you can hit it that far. Well, with a good shot here, Rich, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Throwing darts just inside of 5 feet. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Great effort, a little too strong. Didn't take the break.
He's got a birdie chance now coming back. Now minus 10 for the round. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo for EA Sports. We are back on this beautiful day here at Banff Springs in the Canadian Rockies. Set to kick off all the action on the back 9. The 10th begin with a par 3, Frank, 218 yards.
And I have no idea why this is called a little bow, because over 200 yards, you really have to bow up with this tee shot here. That's for sure. Bending there, you need something that comes out of the gate very, very straight and with a decent height on it as well. If you want to land on that left side of the green and make it stop.
That is classy.
Well, a chance of going in. Well, Rich, if he can make this one, add it to that string of birdies.
Generating some momentum now. You'll like the sound of this. The 11 under par for the round. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Well, Frank, certainly a chance to make a 3 here, but there's also a little bit of a risk.
Yeah, like a few of the greens on this golf course, if you just miss that target there, the ball has a tendency to run off in a different direction. Anything left of the flag here is liable to run towards the left. Could even kick into that bunker.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This would give him the par. He'll take par and move on. 13th hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Been a pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. 14 under on the day. And Frank, ahead on the green, you could have a really crazy putt if you're not careful.
This is probably the most undulating green on the golf course, so you do not want to be going in with too flat a second shot.
That is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He can't be that good.
Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
He's made it. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunker should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. In the hole for birdie. Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here in the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Oh my goodness, that is on in 1. Wow, what an incredible shot. He can make eagle right here. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs. 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of 2 things, the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. And he has it.
A good putt with the inside.
Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.